for him to prepare for what I'm going to bring to the table, and I'm just too sharp, too clean. I punch way too hard, power in both hands.
And I just shut the curtains because I was like nervous type stuff. But now it's like I embrace it because I always dreamed of this. That's why I don't never shy away from it. That's what I'm here to do. You know what I mean? To show out. So
3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away from him.
During their heated face-to-face interview, Jake Paul spoke with complete confidence about how much he's grown as a boxer and made it clear he plans to beat Gervonta Davis decisively. He said his years of athletic experience have prepared him for this exact moment, and he's ready to face the challenge head-on. Gervonta Davis responded with calm assurance, saying he has everything it takes, power, skill, and experience, to remind everyone why he's considered one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing today.
Well, beloved, I know what I've learned in the past year with my new coaches, the shape I'm in, the power I possess, and I'm just...
Gervonta Davis possesses everything a top-level boxer needs. He has knockout power in both hands, precise timing that lets him land clean shots, and footwork that keeps him balanced and in control. His strong defense and sharp instincts allow him to anticipate his opponent's moves before they happen. With all these tools, Davis knows he's more than just a heavy hitter, he's a complete fighter. He's confident he can keep performing at the highest level and continue proving he's one of the best in the world.
His training is taking a toll, but the cure is just as bitter as what ails him.
how long I do it? 5 minutes?
5 will be good enough for you.
They definitely went to the kids store.
That water ain't cold. We know that.
I know, but
Get in the water, man. Just get in the water.
you can't sit on the edge.
Man, just get in there, man.
Give me.
The upcoming showdown between Jake Paul and Gervonta "Tank" Davis has boxing fans divided. It's a true clash of opposites. Jake brings size, weight, and raw physical strength, while Davis relies on his speed, technique, experience, and knockout precision built over years at the top of the sport. Experts have pointed out that Jake's size advantage is significant. His larger frame gives him more power, a stronger chin, and the ability to apply physical pressure. But size alone doesn't guarantee success. Gervonta Davis has spent his entire life mastering the fundamentals of boxing. His movement, timing, and explosive combinations make him one of the most dangerous fighters today. To end this fight, it's not just about who hits harder, it's about whether raw strength can overcome refined skill.
He spars people that are much heavier than him. And, man, that uppercut, damn.
Well, who do you got?
I would have to bet on Gervonta because for all the little things, all that, and the fact that he's not old. Yeah. I think he makes up for the weight situation.
Okay, so this is the first time that Jake Paul's fighting an actual boxing champion, an active, young boxing champion. Everyone else he's fought was either way older or like, was it Tommy Fury, I think?
Yeah, he was a legitimate boxer. Yeah.
A legitimate boxer, but not a champion.
Right.
He's fighting a champion, although a very little champion compared to him. So this is sort of a, I don't know, man, like...
If it wasn't Gervonta Davis, and it was somebody else in that weight category...
It'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, it'd be ridiculous. But Gervonta, I mean, his technique-wise and heart-wise, that makes it interesting. Like, again, kudos goes to Jake Paul because it kind of worked its way up, even though the guy is so much smaller.
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm happy that Jake is bringing excitement to the sport and so forth, but you just have these, like, people fighting bears and, you know, there might be a boxing match with a weapon involved of some sort, like people have sticks. Like, I feel it's just getting more and more ridiculous, and really outside of Crawford Canelo, there's really very little excitement over pure...
Analysts agree that Jake Paul has never faced a fighter with Gervonta Davis's level of experience and pedigree. Davis has taken on world champions, undefeated contenders, and powerful punchers, and he's found ways to beat them all. Many of his past opponents had size and reach advantages, yet none could stop him. That's why experts see this matchup as Jake's toughest test yet. Even Jake admits it. In recent interviews, he's acknowledged that Davis is on another level and that this fight demands complete focus and serious improvement. His honesty shows he understands the risk and knows he can't approach this bout the same way he did his previous fights.
He's undefeated, highly skilled, most experienced fighter I've fought, top 5 pound for pound. So I have to have the best version of myself. I know how fast he is. I know how strong he is. I believe I'm stronger, more athletic, and that's my advantage going into the fight. But he pretty much has every other advantage. So I'm locked in, fully focused, feeling amazing already, and just going to put on a performance and have the biggest fight of 2025.
Last one, I've seen some people say, oh, Jake, the goal here is just to survive. Knowing you, that's not the case. You're not going in there just to get through 12 rounds with Tank Davis. I would imagine you're going in there to win this fight.
Oh, absolutely. Tank's going to be the one surviving. I'm going to, upset a lot of people. And again, they're going to have to say that there's some crazy excuse, fights are rigged. They can't use the steroid excuse because we have full-on random drug testing at any time. They could literally knock on my door right now. So they can't use that excuse. And obviously I'm suing people who say that the fights are rigged. Piers Morgan already had to retract his statement and kiss the ring. More lawsuits are coming for these people who are lying on my name because it's just simply not true. And we're willing to prove that in court. But I'm actually flattered that the only thing that people can chalk up these wins to is that the fights are rigged, because it's honestly the greatest compliment. But again, I'm going to knock this guy out and probably create one of the most viral.
Public reaction to the upcoming fight has been split between skepticism and intrigue. Many fans believe this isn't the matchup boxing truly needed, pointing out that plenty of skilled contenders deserve a shot at Davis instead. Still, despite the criticism, interest remains high. Jake Paul's ability to attract attention has turned the event into a spectacle people can't ignore. Analysts say this fight might not settle any long-term debates about boxing's competitive direction, but it will definitely capture global attention and keep people talking long after the final bell.
Was at cruiserweight. Chavez Jr. was a former world champion at middleweight himself, and that sort of made sense, and it was a good win for Jake Paul. He come out there and he beats an ex-world champion, he gets a little bit of credibility, and you go, right, now you're heading in the right direction. You're starting to be, okay, all right, former champions, former fighters, but at least they're boxers, they're not MMA stars, and whatnot. So yeah, I think that was a move in the right direction. Gervonta Davis is just a little bit of a freak show for me.
Yeah, I agree, Spence. I mean, the size difference is a bit of an annoying one as well. But also as well, I hate when they put exhibition in it, because then you think how seriously they're really going to take it. I understand it because there's money involved, but realistically, if there can be a winner, Gervonta Davis should take him out, regardless of the size, pretty easily and pretty quickly.
I agree, mate. Totally agree. Gervonta Davis is an active fighter. Like I say, still a pound-for-pound star. Very heavy-handed as well. He should have the movement, forget the size, to be able to slip inside and take Jake Paul out. That's the reality of it. But yeah, I just find it all very, very strange. Look, I thought an even stranger fight, to be honest, was Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. You look at that fight and go, who's going to sanction that? God forbid something happens to Jake. I think that what he's doing for the sport is brilliant in his own right. He's bringing new fans into the sport. He's doing excellent for women's boxing as well. You can't take that away from the kid, and he's been working hard as well, and he's improving. But going in against Anthony Joshua, a former 2-time world heavyweight champion and still an active fighter, that's a suicide mission for me. I think that Anthony Joshua, when you look at Francis Ngannou and look at what AJ does to Francis Ngannou, who would win out of Anthony Joshua?
Former UFC fighter and entertainer Mike Perry shared a straightforward opinion about the matchup. He noted that Gervonta Davis hasn't delivered the same explosive knockouts in recent fights as he once did earlier in his career. Perry wasn't questioning Tank's power, but rather pointing out how high expectations have become. Fans now expect Davis to produce a highlight reel finish every time he fights, a level of pressure that only grows when he's up against a much larger opponent who can take heavier shots.
Tank has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, Lamont Roach performed great. They went to draw, and I just don't know. And Tank walked away. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs him by 80.
But he's a top fighter. He can punch. And he's fighting a guy who's not a top pro fighter, who's bigger. What if he hits him on the chin? That's it'll wind up selling. And that's what'll wind up selling it. The what if. What if Tank makes him do a cha-cha? He hits him on the chin, and Jake Paul, we're gonna find out if he can dance. Whoa, 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 whoa! You know, do the cha-cha. That's what's gonna sell it, and you can't argue that. What if you can't? I know I get to places that other people won't go and everything else. They just dismiss stuff because it's easier to do that. It's safer to do that. You don't have to bows and arrows coming at you from people that argue with you because you did that. But I don't care. I've had bows and arrows my whole life. I don't care. But that's true. That what if? What if this guy who is a real good puncher, who is one of the best fighters in the world right now, what if he hits him? What if he makes a miss and he counters him? Or he jumps up in the air. Bang! And he hits him. Sid Terrace. Sid Terrace was a great fighter. No, not the 1700s, but years ago. And Cus D'Amato told me he loved Sid Terrace. He said, Teddy, he used to jump up in the air and hit you with 3 jabs. I said, whoa, man, Sid Terrace. All right. Anyway, look, I can't finish without saying that it did invoke some memories and thoughts that we've been here before in a different way, where Jake Paul's brother fought Mayweather.